So we got another leaked image out, and I wanted to make a video about it. As I was looking at it, I thought, this is the same kind of camera we saw earlier on. The very first one I would say was a leaked Z8 image that had the flush buttons on the left-hand side of the camera. Well, if you're looking from the back, that's usually where the mode, bracket, drive, and flash buttons are. But on the regular Nikon cameras, there's usually a dial beneath that, so it should sit up a little bit higher. It shouldn't sit as low as it's sitting in the picture. Now, I had said before I thought this was going to be two cameras, based on the fact that the second leaked photo that came out looked like a regular camera. That's the one that we've been using and saying that's going to be the Nikon Z8. So we really don't know. Again, it's today's launch day. For you guys in the States, it'll be tomorrow morning. Like right now, it's 6:23 a.m. here in Chiang Mai. We're about 11, 13 hours ahead of you guys, something like that, somewhere around there. But anyhow, hopefully you can hear me. There's motorbikes and so on going on. I'll do my best to clean this thing up when I'm editing it because the wife's asleep. It's very early in the morning. I figure I'll get this out so you guys can see it. I'm going to try and clean up the audio because there's vehicles passing by. Hopefully that won't cause too much issues. But yeah, this image, as far as it's showing the ports, it kind of looks like the Z9, but it also looks a little bit different. That little port on the bottom there, we can't quite make out what it is. We see HDMI, which looks like it should be full size, so that should be good. I mean, looking at how the ports are laid out, I think it's kind of strange, but that could be me. Normally, you have the microphone and the headphones closer to the camera, and if you open those up, it's separate than what you would find. Well, it was separated from what you have for the HDMI area or whatever things next to it, so you can just use those by themselves without the other ports. HDMI is usually in a separate area. If you look at the Z9, it's different. So this could be something new. I guess it can be done. But most of the other cameras I've seen, it's usually the headphone jack and the microphone jack together. If there's something else, it's not the HDMI. So we'll see if that's actually true or not when everything gets released. And as far as the power button, so the USB-C power delivery port, that's usually on the bottom. So again, different design could be different, but the flap cover images just doesn't look clean. It You have one portion that looks clean, but then that side it kind of looks a little bit like it's kind of put together. So in my mind, I don't think that's the real deal. So again, we'll have to wait and see when it comes out. Yeah, I hope that they do full-size HDMI under that HDMI port and not the mini HDMI like the Z6 and Z7 cameras, because that would be kind of annoying. I would prefer if it's like the Z9 and a full HDMI port. But let's go back to, the images of the screen area. It kind of looks similar to the Z9, but it looks slightly different as well. Are they going to have some kind of flip out thing going on with it? And if you look at where the break is, you can see that it seems as though the design is different than what we've seen in the Z9. Just a quick update. The screen is actually the same as the Z9. When I was doing the edits, I noticed that the break was there, similar to the Z9. I couldn't see it in the original image, but after brightening the screen, it's there, so we can scratch that portion. It looks like it's going to be the same screen, a tilt out, not a flip out. And I'm showing you a comparison picture of the Z9 right now, so you can see what it looks like from the port side. To say, maybe we get a surprise and this is some new flip out screen or something totally different. We don't know. So we have to wait until everything comes out for us to see. But again, I think this image is fake. It's kind of a combination of Z9 stuff and that other camera. If it's real, that other port in the bottom, as I'm looking at it, almost looks like the network port that's on the Z9. But then something crossed my mind. I remember seeing something in the patents that talked about them following something from like the Canon cameras where I guess you can record to an external device. And right now, well, yesterday for me, but I guess yesterday morning for you guys, this morning for you guys, there was a Panasonic Lumix S5 2X that came out. And during that video, they mentioned that that camera is going to have an external SSD recording option, which is kind of cool, right? So they can offload raw files and so on to that without having to do that internally to the camera. And of course, we know that external SSDs are cheaper than the internal CFast CF Express that we use in our camera. So there could be something different. I talked about that in one of my other videos, that this was a copyright thing that they kind of followed from Canon. So maybe we're getting that. That could be something exciting. If it's a fake image, it could be somebody utilizing the logo from the network port and the Z9 and kind of make it a little bit obscure so we couldn't really tell what it is. But I don't think they put network in the camera. More than likely, if they're going to do that, that'll probably be a port for external SSD recording. Now that even makes me more excited and say this camera or this version, again, flat buttons up top as opposed to the top one that comes up. 2 pictures, remember, 2 pictures, and I'm saying there's 2 cameras. If I'm right, this one would be the video version. So this one having those ports on there for external SSD, that could be a thing. And so mosquitoes are like around here this morning, it's kind of crazy, so I apologize for that. But yeah, that's also getting me more excited. Part of me said this picture is fake, and I decided to say, wait a second, could it be SSD recording port? Separate from the USB-C, because you can power the camera with the USB power delivery, and then you can have a separate port that you can use to output video. One of the things I've been saying is, how are they going to do this 8.3K RAW? If the camera is smaller than the Z9 and they want to do some kind of a similar recording time, 2 hours plus, we know the battery would last how long. You'd have to put another battery in there. If you use power delivery, that would work. But at the same time, I'm starting to wonder, if they don't make it internal and they do like Panasonic and they put that thing external, hey, we have a big winner on our hands here. Video guys, we could rejoice. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was bummed yesterday when I saw that thing. But again, we still don't know what it is. But now seeing this picture, it's kind of telling me maybe I'm still correct. Maybe there are going to be 2 cameras. You keep getting conflicting pictures. One has a dial, one has a flush thing. Now this one shows the side ports. It's, for me, it is launch day. You guys, it's still Tuesday. So tonight is when we're going to see it over here. Tomorrow morning for you guys, we will know the truth for sure. But now this, got me out of my mood from yesterday and saying, I can't believe these guys are going to do 1 camera. And still, we really don't know. But I'm thinking, this picture came out again. I think it's going to be that 2nd camera, but we'll see. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. I'd like to know what you guys are thinking about that. Do you think it's a video camera based upon this thing here? Could I be right? And it's actually some kind of port to handle SSDs? Or let me know what you think. I'm curious to hear. All right, I'm going to sign off. We got birds flying through here as well. Nice morning, nice cool morning in Shanghai. In Shanghai. All right. Bird seems to be coming in, dropping their poop. Let me go inside. I'll see you guys later.